Week 9 SFL action continues tonight in Houma, Louisiana, as the Louisiana Revolution play host to the Atlanta Swarm. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is Wade Phillips. With us on stats, we're not sure if he has the right spreadsheet open or not, but he is Gerald Smith. Our producer is Cameron Irvine. You are watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Wade, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Mike. Excited to be here, especially to call one with you, and it'll just be an exciting matchup of teams that have played each other 8 times.
Yeah, this is a rematch from Week 6 tonight as Louisiana looks to climb higher in the East Division. Atlanta currently out in front, and they will remain so regardless of the outcome of this game. But the Revolution have been hanging tough after a slow start to the season, losing 4 of their first 6 games. They've rebounded well, and they're now on a 2-game winning streak. Their last loss, Week 6, against these Atlanta Swarm. Neck and neck all game, the Swarm sealed the win in the fourth quarter. Currently at 6-2, they lead the East, but with St. Louis losing yesterday, Louisiana has a chance to take over that number 2 spot with a win here tonight. Wade, what are the keys to victory for each of these teams?
Definitely a similar path to victory for both teams. Really, both squads are very stingy when it comes to run defense. Both teams in the top 5 in yards given up in rushing yards, and definitely giving up touchdowns is no easy task against both these defenses on the rushing yards. However, passing is much easier against both teams, so it'll definitely take a balanced approach, and gonna take less turnovers are gonna get the win.
Yeah, absolutely, Wade. And one big point of note, if you missed the Week 6 matchup, one of the things that Louisiana was missing, just a former league MVP, Reggie Streeter. He was not in the game as he got injured after just a couple of carries. This time he's fresh and ready to go. The Revolution will kick this one away. Otis Boudreau kicking it back to the Swarm and being returned out of the end zone all the way up to the 20-yard line, and that is where the Atlanta Swarm will start things off on offense. Bryant Dynasty, 3 seasons in the league, all of which have been with the Atlanta Swarm. He's leading his offense out onto the field to get things going in this one. Two backs in the backfield for the Swarm. 3 wide receiver set. Dynasty will throw, and it's an out route up to the top, tipped and incomplete, falling harmlessly to the turf, but swatted down by Brian Craven. Let's talk about the starting offense here for the Atlanta Swarm. We mentioned quarterback Bryant Dynasty. The legendary BDG Hollywood in the backfield. He's going to be a menace all game long for sure. Mitchell O'Brien is the fullback. The wide receivers are Siege Falco, Boo Chisholm, and Ryan Roosevelt. The tight end, Jamal Wooding. Second down and 10. Dynasty. Out route down to the bottom, and that one's nearly taken away as well. Tank Bennett with his hands on the ball. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's almost like they've just been game planning against those same routes, because that's 2 plays in a row that they ran that almost same play on the different side, and they jumped the route both times. That time almost came up with the pick.
Empty backfield now on 3rd down and 10. Dynasty in the gun. Dynasty to throw, going deep down the right-hand side, tipped and falls to the turf. Siege Falco is his intended target, and a quick 3 and out for the Swarm on possession number 1.
A great defensive stand for Louisiana. That time 3 and out, and really it was 3 pass plays, 3 incompletions. So really, if they can keep that going, they're going to have a decent puncher's chance today against Atlanta.
3 plays, no yards on their opening possession. And Chris Smith on to punt for the Swarm. Fair catch called for back at the 46-yard line by Mike Twinscrew, and that is where rookie Tommy Utah will come out onto the field to continue his rookie season, having a good season so far, leading his team to 4 victories. Currently averaging about a 72% completion percentage. He's over 2,000 yards, has 10 touchdowns on the season. Does also have 14 picks, but that is top 10 in the league in fewest picks, so not doing too bad for the Rook. So pump fake and going deep down the field and diving, and it's intercepted, picked off by Chris Henry and going back the other way, crossing midfield and out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Just a great job to get that pick, jump the route off the tip. It looked like the receiver may have tipped it into the air. Yeah, it right back into him. He got it and took it. And what did he get? Pick up 15, 20 yards on that return. So great setup past the 50-yard line and now in Louisiana territory for the Swarm to start this drive after the takeaway.
So 3 and out followed by a 1 and out as Utah throws a pick on the opening play for the Revolution. And the Swarm now starting off in Louisiana territory. BDG Hollywood with his first carry of the ball game. He gains 4. The starting defense for the Revolution, defensive line, Leonard Butler Sr., Derek Jenko, Luther Gond, and Chance Wall. The linebackers, Chuck Diesel and Brian Craven. The corners, Even Arthur and Rolleman Hood. The safeties, Mike Ryan, Tank Bennett, and Doug Twinkie Day. I can't call him anything but Doug Twinkie Day, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Dynasty has this one out to the right-hand side. Boo Chisholm with his first catch of the ball game. So Doug Day at the SFL convention, apparently obsessed with Twinkies. My son Jeffrey meets him, and we have not been able to have a day that has gone by since the convention, well over a month now, that we haven't had Twinkies in the house. Thank you, Doug. And hostess thanks you as well. First down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Dynasty to pass once again. Short pass over the middle and well defended, but caught. Short gain. Well, it's a gain of 5. Boo Chisholm with another catch.
Was a pretty well defended play, like you said. 5 yards. Caught it and immediately was tackled. And so that's, a bend don't break kind of approach, but they need more of that to really slow down this Atlanta offensive firepower.
Dynasty changing the play at the line on 2nd down and 5. Offset eye in the backfield. Quick out up to the top. That one is caught. Ryan Roosevelt. Boo Chisholm once again with the catch. Sets up a 3rd down and 2.
While it's still early, so far Atlanta has played fairly safe ball. Not really using BDG Hollywood that much. I'm looking to see them really exploit how BDG Hollywood can just hurt you any way possible.
Only 1 carry so far in this one for Hollywood. Let's see if he gets one on 3rd down and 2. And no, they will throw. Dynasty over the middle. That one's to Siege Falco. Off to the races. Touchdown, Swarm.
Great job to throw his receiver open, and then Siege Falco caught that and then just made all the damage after the catch. And so he caught that just avoided everybody into the end zone. So just a great find by Bryant Dynasty, and then just a great run after catch by Siege Falco.
Siege Falco now 6 touchdowns on the season. That was the 20th touchdown pass for Dynasty. Dynasty had 4 touchdown passes last week in the win over the Las Vegas Fury, one of which was hauled in by Siege Falco. And they're out early in this one, 7-0 over the Revolution. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and Sammy Steele puts the ball up into the air, being returned back from the 1-yard line by Twin Screw. Nice return. Gets this one up to the 29-yard line after a nifty little spin move. So 0-1 for a pick is where Tommy Utah starts, but never fear. Ashley Jackson in the Arizona Scorpions game just before this one started her night 0-1 and ended up with fantastic stats and a very convincing win. So certainly still see that sort of production out of Tommy Utah as well. See what happens on possession number 2. Utah to throw. Tries once again going deep over the middle. Works this time. Gets all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's what they were going for last time. Couldn't get it, but B. Robo does it on that one.
They did indeed made that completion to the 6'5" target. That's his 42nd reception of the season. And right there, caught it. And they just are going to continue to target them downfield. And Tommy Utah just showing that confidence, just a quick, short memory, and just continues to just target that downfield route.
Tommy Utah, 24 of 39 for over 300 yards in the matchup against the Swarm in Week 6. 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. So if he can get those picks under control and Reggie Streeter stays healthy, hey, speaking of Streeter, there's a good chance that they could put up a good fight in this one. No gain on that play. I mentioned Tommy Utah. He's the quarterback. The halfback is Reggie Streeter. You just saw him there. Cameron Collier is the fullback. The wide receivers, Chase Earl, Mike Twinscrew, and B. Robo. The tight end, Garrison Blue. 2nd down and 10. 3 wideouts in the formation. Utah back to pass. Out route up to the top. Has a wide open target. That's B. Robo. Gets out of bounds at the 30. Sets up a 3rd down and 4.
They continue to just pick their spots, and that time picked up a few to make it a short 3rd and 4, and now they can really just try to do anything to make as manageable, if they can't convert the 1st down, just a manageable field goal attempt for the field goal unit.
Otis Boudreau is their kicker. He's 20 of 20 on the season, so they don't want to settle for 3, though. See what they can do here. Utah up over the middle. That one is complete. Moving the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line, connecting with Twinscrew.
That was a great job by Tommy Utah just to find a little check down, kind of surveyed the field, had enough time to really pick his spot, and found the open man for the 1st down, just enough yardage, and just take that every time for Tommy Utah.
1st down and 10 now. 5 on the line for the Swarm. Reggie Streeter trying to break through. Only able to gain 2 on the play. The starting defenders for the Atlanta Swarm, Chris Porter, Billy Ray Valentine, Leo Jefferson, and Joshua Williams are the defensive linemen. The linebackers, Hall of Famer Quantas Shine, Garrett Hudson, and Cree Higgins. The corners, Jack Napier, Jay Rock, and Jay Miraculous, the Jays. They are the corners. The safeties, Moose Papineau and Chris Henry. Utah in the gun on 2nd down and 8. Goes down towards the bottom, connects once again with Robo, and it's a 1st down and goal from the 8.
That time he really showed off the arm strength to really sling it out there and
Yeah,
find Robo, who looked like might have been covered by more than one defender, and really got it up. It looked like they found him in the soft spot in the defense, but then 3 Atlanta Swarm defenders immediately got to the ball carrier and brought him down for no more damage done.
1st down and goal. 2 backs in the backfield. Utah to throw. Down to the bottom. Has his man, and he's tackled at the 2-yard line. This time connecting with backup tight end Michael Napoli. That'll set up a 2nd down and goal.
They'll definitely take the help from anybody they can on this offensive roster, whether it's from the backup or the starter, and that time, no exception. And now it's an easily manageable 2nd and goal on the 2.
And does this go to anybody but Streeter here? No, it doesn't. Streeter right up the middle. Oh, he can't get there. Only gains 1. And Wade, I would go right back to the line and run the same play again.
Absolutely. I mean, just keep pounding up there with Streeter, because Streeter is just such a weapon and can really hurt you any way possible.
Cree Higgins with the tackle. You see Chris Henry there in the defensive backfield, offset eye from the 1. Streeter with the handoff, and he's in for 6. Touchdown, Louisiana.
There was payoff, and there they led with their leading rusher and got the touchdown. Great blocking up front to really get that final push to get Streeter into the end zone, and can't discount Streeter for getting that final just little bit of extra effort to get in the end zone.
I was interested to see a better look at that replay. It was close. You know, he didn't surge into the end zone. It was right there at the line, but doesn't look like we're going to get any review, so the touchdown will indeed stand. Some people in the SFL Twitch chat Not sure that was in either Siege Falco in particular. Not not too much of a fan of that touchdown call, but the extra point by Otis Boudreau is up and good, and we are knotted back up 7 points apiece.
Yes, we are, and that makes it Reggie Streeter's 10th touchdown on the ground for the season. Comes in
2 carries, no yards in the last matchup in week 6 because he got injured, out for the game right at the very beginning, and that could have definitely been a difference maker in that game. Wade, it was back and forth. I don't know if you caught that game, but back and forth all game long. Came down to the fourth quarter. They were actually tied twice in the fourth quarter before Atlanta finally came away with the win, and definitely interested to see how this one shakes out. Ryan Roosevelt on the return gets it up to the 23-yard line.
I mean, you said it, partner. I mean, because in that game, like you said, if they have him, you have to think that they can at least maybe pull ahead in that ball game.
Bryant Dynasty under center here on first down. Drops back out route down to the bottom. A nice, quick, and easy pitch and catch to Boo Chisholm. A lot of passing so far in this one, and Wade, a lot of passing in D.C. right now as the Queen City Corsairs are visiting the D.C. Dragons. Caswell for Queen City, he's 19 of 20, and Sebastian Synergy is 16 of 16, and 5 scoring drives in the first 6 drives. It's crazy. Ooh. D.C. has the lead, 17-14.
That's a barn burner right there.
Absolutely. Dynasty under center here on second down. I formation. Still haven't seen a lot of Hollywood, and Dynasty under pressure. Down he goes, wrapped up and sacked by Derek Jenko.
Great sack by Derek Jenko, and that makes it his 7.5 sack. His 7.5, however you say that, sack of the season.
He's got over 7 sacks, Wade.
There we go. You got it, partner. And that's also Bryant Dynasty's 20th sack against of the season, so definitely that is something they have to kind of shore up a little bit to keep him upright.
Third down and 10. Dynasty high snap. Corrals it in. Goes for the first down, but he's not going to get it. It's picked off. Taken away by Mike Ryan. And it's now back in the possession of the Louisiana Revolution.
How about that? Mike Ryan making his presence felt. And that's absolutely something that is going to boost Tommy Utah's confidence, because the rookie needs all the help he can get against this stingy Atlanta defense. And now he's got the ball back on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, 41-yard line of Atlanta. So now, just like that, Louisiana gets to start in opponent territory just like Atlanta did against them. And picking up right where they left off, why not? Let's just do a little Utah to Robo connection. Oh, no, excuse me. That's Garrison Blue. Throw it to the tight end. Get him involved. And he's able to get the first down up to the 30-yard line. And, Bryant Dynasty of the Swarm, he's going to have to be careful against this secondary. Not only are they really stingy at taking the ball away, they're also very stingy at taking it away and putting it in the end zone. Yes. Even Arthur, number 2 in league history in pick sixes. Who's he behind? Well, Rollerman Hood, his counterpart, number 1. Anyway, Tommy Utah going deep towards the end zone, and oh my gosh, they're in. Touchdown, hashtag throw it to the tight end. Again, Garrison Blue, touchdowns, Revolution.
2 plays, 2 targets to the tight end. 1 for a first down, the second for a touchdown, and he just blew by everybody. It looked like maybe blown coverage, maybe the linebacker just could not keep up with him, and he got by everybody and could saunter right into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, my goodness, the closest defender was Ref 96.
Yeah. I mean, and he's better at blocking, so not doing much on the tackling front.
They have a way of getting in the way, it seems. So
they do.
Otis Boudreau on for his second extra point try of the ball game. Gets this one up and good, and just like that, the Revolution now out in front. So here we go once again, back and forth. So just like back in week 6, one team would score and then so would the other. So Atlanta, let's see what you got. Ball's coming back to you. Boudreau has the ball teed up. Ryan Roosevelt back to receive. Roosevelt taking it from the goal line. and gets immediately wrapped up. Great special teams play by the Revolution. They get the tackle at the 24-yard line. So Bryant Dynasty currently 5 of 9, 46 yards. He's got a touchdown, but he's also got a pick. And I guess the surprise for me, Wade, BDG Hollywood, 1 rush.
Yes. Yes, and haven't even targeted him in the passing game. That's what surprises me.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well. It's been a couple times I've been waiting for that swing route, and then it never came. So here we go. Hollywood gets the handoff here, and he's able to gain 4. And, Wade, that's going to be a difference maker. If you can start getting Hollywood involved, if he can get 4 or 5 yard chunks at a time, that's going to keep moving the sticks.
Absolutely. And then you can throw in some maybe play action and really just keep the defense on their toes and not let them, pigeonhole on the pass and just stop it. So
2 backs in the backfield now on 2nd down. 7 in the box for the Revolution, and Hollywood's able to just get through, sets up a 3rd down and manageable 1. So, there you go. Back-to-back plays, 1 for 4, 1 for 5.
Yes, and that they will, they'll take that because now it's a very, very manageable 3rd and short, 3rd and 1, and they can do anything, any number of plays now. But if they can just stay balanced, they are going to have a very good chance of being competitive.
Crowd on their feet here in Houma. Dynasty's able to get that one out to Boot Chisholm, and Boot Chisholm trying to do his best Hollywood impersonation, spin after spin after spin. He gets the 1st down up to the 40-yard line.
Yes, and he is their leading receiver. It's at 61 receptions coming into the ball game, and that he has added to that in this ball game, and that time caught it and used that spin move, which got him a few extra yards, and tried to use it again to break that last tackle.
Bryant Dynasty with 6 passing completions on the day, 5 of which have gone to Chisholm. And a heavy rush look here on 1st down. And that one's going to be handed off to the fullback, Mitchell O'Brien, getting a carry, and that one's good for a gain of 2. Trying to keep the defense honest. Brian Craven with the tackle.
Yeah, why not? Maybe they're not expecting it. That time they were able to stop it, but hey, if you can catch them off guard right there, you can gash them for a quick 10.
Hollywood takes a handoff, trying to run off tackle to the left, and well defended. That one's going to go for no gain. A little early for a halfback comparison, possibly, Wade, but there it is. 14 rushing yards for Hollywood and 4 for Streeter. But Streeter's got a touchdown. That's the difference so far between those 2 backs.
Indeed, yeah, just a handful of carries between the 2.
3rd down and 8. 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and Dynasty reading the defense, making a change. Handing the ball off, and Wade, I'm not quite sure that's the change I would have made, is handed off to a draw to the fullback, but that is the play that was called. Chuck Diesel wraps that one up. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Does that play call confuse you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unless Louisiana just faked him out with like something at the line that just made him think that they're going to do something completely different. But yeah, just kind of a head scratcher.
Huh. Yeah, a little bit. Well, anyway, Mike Twinscrew back to receive at the 21-yard line, gets it up to the 24, and that's where Tommy Utah will come back out onto the field. 7 of 8, 109 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. So, kind of starting out the same way as that Arizona Lone Star game did. Utah throwing a interception on his first pass of the ball game, and then hasn't missed since, including the touchdown pass. And he's already up over 100 yards, and here we are still in the 1st quarter. Utah hands the ball off to Streeter. Streeter right into the waiting arms of the defender. Down he goes. That's Cree Higgins with the tackle. And no gain on the play. And Wade, you mentioned it in your opening. Very stingy run defenses on both sides.
Yes, and that's, I think that's why we've seen them go to the air so often in the early going. It's just because both these defenses are so stingy on the run D.
Final play of quarter number 1. Utah down to the bottom. And that one is caught by Cameron Collier, the fullback. Hashtag throw it to the fullback. Why not? I guess we can do that. So that's 1 quarter in the books. Louisiana up 14-7 over the visiting Swarm. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Quarter number 2. Getting started. Flipping sides of the field. 3rd down and 7. 4 wide receivers and a tight end on the field for the Revolution. Utah back to throw, and he is sacked. Brought down back at the 21-yard line. A huge loss, and that will bring this drive to an end. Joshua Williams with the sack.
That time the zone defense really gave the defense time to get the sack because they had nowhere to throw. The zone defense was in the perfect position to get that coverage sack.
Walter Melanishin on to punt for the Revolution. The rookie punter puts all his leg into this one, getting it all the way back to the 38-yard line, and it's returned up to the 41-yard line by Roosevelt. And Dynasty back out onto the field. After kind of a bizarre last series, 3rd down and 8, and shotgun draw to the fullback is how that one came to a close. So I think Dynasty probably went to the sideline, talked to the coach, and he said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and scrap that play.
Never again, coach, please.
Yeah, never again call that one. Dynasty up top, connects with his target, good for 5.
Yeah, and that's just an easy pitch and catch. They'll take that. Just 5 yards makes it a manageable 2nd and 5, and they can, you would think, just keep leaning on BDG Hollywood. I mean, that last drive they went to the fullback twice, which was, I think, tied with BDG's carry load on that same drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right now, Mitchell O'Brien has split the carries almost with Hollywood. Dynasty down to the bottom, this time into coverage. Boo Chisholm, a jumping catch. He's on the left side of the field. He's on the right side of the field. You got to watch carefully to keep up with where Chisholm's going to go. Gets the first down there.
Yeah, they split him out everywhere and really just have him running all around the field trying to make catches, and that time he did for the first down, the acrobatic catch, and great job to maintain that catch and bring it down.
Boo Chisholm now uncovered in the slot. We'll see if they want to pass or if they're going to stick to what looks like a run. Oh, free play here, and they're going to swing it out. There's the swing route to Hollywood. Hollywood's able to gain about 6 yards. It'll be interesting to see what they do here on was 1st down and 10. It would set up either a 2nd down and 4, or if they accept the penalty, maybe a 1st down and 5. So,
I mean, why not take it? I mean,
and they do indeed accept it. You know, maybe costs you a yard, but you get a whole extra down. So why not? So 1st down and 5 now. Boo Chisholm, 7 receptions for 39 yards.
Yeah, just keep going to BDG, man. He's just too good.
7 in the box for the Revolution. Hollywood trying to break through. He's only able to gain 2 on the play, but thanks to the penalty, sets up a 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, and really, it's just getting him going. That's the plan, because he is just such a weapon, just a prolific weapon in both the passing and running game, because you throw him out there on a swing pass and he can take it to the house anytime.
Hall of Fame running back in the backfield again. Dynasty's going to go a different way, though. Why not? Boo Chisholm, he just has been catching passes all day long, and he catches another one there. Moves the chains. Another 1st down at the Louisiana 33.
That is definitely a common connection. Brian Dynasty loves Boo Chisholm, and it's showing because he has targeted him so many times. It's just commonplace now.
Dynasty hands this one off to Hollywood, and Hollywood's able to surge forward for 6.
There we go, and it's just a war of attrition because they just keep getting him going, and you would think, because if Louisiana has to watch out for that run, then the pass becomes ever that much more dangerous because they can just put someone over that free spot that is freed up by the rushing defender.
Boo Chisholm, the lone receiver, up to the top. Offset eye in the backfield. This one will go to Hollywood. Hollywood breaking through the first tackle, falling forward. And getting the first down up at the 23-yard line. BDG Hollywood, #1 in league history in carries, yards, and touchdowns. He is a tough man to stop.
Yes, he is. And that time, I think if he just breaks inside of that block, I think he breaks for about 10 more yards, but that time did enough to break through that tackle and pick up the first down.
I'm waiting to see a little bit more of that patented BDG Hollywood spin move. He can make the best defender miss in almost any situation. Great blocking on that one, but tackled by even Arthur, able to break through the blocks and stop him for only a gain of 3. Now with 30 yards on the ground tonight.
Yeah, and that's a great tackle by even Arthur, because to one-on-one tackle BDG Hollywood is just not an easy feat, and doesn't happen often.
Dynasty in the gun, flanked by Hollywood and O'Brien. 2 receivers out to the right. Dynasty over the middle, and that one's nearly going the other way. Right into the hands of Brian Craven. You know, I saw in the chat earlier, Brian Craven said that they'd eaten a lot of Twinkies, ready, prepared for this game. I think he might have a little bit of frosting still on his fingers, let that ball slip through. So wash your hands, Craven.
Yeah. And really, that's one of the hazards of a delicious treat that is a Twinkie.
Dynasty in the gun on 3rd down. 4 receivers and a tight end in the formation. Dynasty down to the left, and that one's picked off, going back the other direction. That's even Arthur. Is anyone going to be able to stop him? I don't think so. 30, 20, 10. He's being chased down, but he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Revs.
Wow, and you said it earlier about this defense being an absolute touchdown off a turnover machine, and that no exception, because even Arthur took that interception to the house and just jumped the route and was off to the races, and there, no exception.
That is pick 6 number 7 in career history for even Arthur. He was behind only Rolleman Hood, and well, now he's tied. They both have 7 pick 6s apiece. It's just crazy. I mean, you know, it's one thing to have one of your corners be, #1 in league history in pick 6s, but to have 2 of your corners both tied for league history in pick 6s, it's a dangerous secondary here, and they just put up 6 points plus the extra point, which was up and through in Louisiana, 21-7 here at home.
It really just, to me, why would you want to be a quarterback that plays against Louisiana? I mean, like, just if you are, just tell your coach, run it every time. And, hey, they can stop the run. So, hey, it is a tough draw.
And honestly, this is a team that could just, theoretically, could run it every time. I mean, you got BDG Hollywood, Hall of Fame running back. You know, maybe that's a conversation Dynasty's having with his coach right now. Like, listen, like, we're down 2 scores. We got to get back in it. We got to get Hollywood going. He's got 8 rushing attempts. He's only averaging about 3.5 per carry right now. His long on the day is 6. That's not going to be the stats at the end of this ball game, a long of 6. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So, it's not time to panic. It's not time to just start airing it out and trying to score as fast as you can. Plenty of ball game left, and right here they're back out in a running formation. See what Hollywood can do. Well, they're going to swing it out to him. And Hollywood trying to break through the first tackle. He can't get through tackle number 2, and only gains 2 on the play.
Yeah, and they continue, and luckily for Atlanta, at least game plan wise, they're going to continue to target Hollywood, and that time the swing route. And really, like we've both said, he is just so dangerous. Anytime he touches the ball, he's a threat to score. So the more touches, the better.
2nd down and 8, inside 6 minutes to go in the first half. Hollywood, ball back in his hands, jukes the first defender and gets up to the 32. Inches to go. 3rd down and inches, and again, Wade, this is one of those situations where I would just try to hurry right back to the line. You've got Hollywood and even Mitchell O'Brien. Hand it off to either one of them and just pound through for those inches.
Yeah, I mean, you're already in your heavy set, so I mean, shoot, just hurry up and just jam it down their throat. I mean, just try it.
They're in an offside eye now. 7 in the box for Louisiana. And they're going to hand it off to Hollywood. Hollywood gets it easily. Rumbles forward up to the 38-yard line. 1st down and 10. You can visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for information on how to create a player, to join our community, info on the league and the teams that play in it. There's a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have all hit the virtual field. The SFL is 17 seasons strong. First down and 10. Ball is handed off, and that one's good only for a gain of 2. Short run on that one by Mitchell O'Brien sets up a 2nd down and 8.
It's not a bad idea because, when they're in that formation, it makes sure that the defense can't just tee off on, the pass to Hollywood or the run, so they have to account for the fullback.
Short drop by Dynasty, fires it into traffic, and that one is incomplete. Was attempting to hit Ryan Roosevelt. That'll set up a 3rd down and 8.
What we don't want to see is another fullback shotgun draw, but anything else at least is an opportunity to get a 1st down.
Yeah, darn near any other play. That one
quarterback throw. No, don't.
Even that might gain more than 2. So we'll see. There's a chance right here. Dynasty not really known for being the scrambling man, but if we were talking about Julian Tyree, I'd say different. Dynasty's going to go up top. That one's going to be short of the sticks. He hits Siege Falco now with 2 catches for 30 yards and that touchdown, but that one's going to fall short. And being at their own 44-yard line, they will need to punt this one away. Chris Smith back out onto the field to punt.
Absolutely. A punt is definitely what I anticipate as well. And now it'll set up Louisiana with plenty of room possibly to do some damage.
Punting this one away from his own 32. Comes down at the 20. Nice spin move. Gets him about 6 on the return. And that is where Tommy Utah will come back out onto the field. See if they can get another scoring drive going. 2 touchdowns by the offense, 1 by the defense. Tommy Utah, 8 of 9, over 100 yards. He's got a touchdown and a pick. Reggie Streeter has only got 4 yards on 5 rushing attempts, but his long of 2 was good for a touchdown. And then, of course, the pick 6 that we saw not too long ago. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Reggie Streeter takes that one. Oh, man, off tackle, run to the left, spins past a couple of defenders and breaks past another tackle there. Well, now his long is not 2 anymore, Wade, because he's all the way up to the 44-yard line 18 yards later.
There we go, and that time, great block by Cameron Collier just to spring him, and then Reggie Streeter uses that spin move to break that tackle, and then he's off to the races and breaks through that tackle and then finally brought down. So great 18-yard run by Streeter.
Potentially the missing piece in their Week 6 loss to the Swarm. Reggie Streeter back in the fold in this one. 3 wide receivers set now on the field for the Revolution. Utah, oh, wow, that was a dangerous pass. Somehow caught. I thought that Jay Miraculous may have had a good shot at that one, but that one is hauled in complete. Good for a gain of 7.
Yeah, Chase Earl right there got enough to pick up 7 yards. And really, Louisiana is playing a somewhat balanced attack. They've kind of shied away from the running game a little bit. They did earlier in this drive, but having a pretty balanced attack.
Chase Earl, that was his first catch of the ball game, went absolutely off in Week 6. 12 receptions, 187 yards. We'll see more of him for sure. Reggie Streeter we'll see more of right now as he runs forward, gets him into Atlanta territory up to the 44-yard line. 3 minutes to go, and the clock is rolling.
It's good that Louisiana's kind of leaning on this running game because even though Atlanta's just very, very stingy against the run, this balanced attack just kind of softens up the defense and just makes them even more difficult.
And it keeps that clock moving, too. Reggie Streeter getting involved in the passing game. Back-to-back first downs in the hands of Streeter.
There we go, Streeter with the reception this time and another first down for him. And so that's 2 plays this drive that have extended his longest play of the day. So he's having a great drive so far, and if they can just keep this up, he might be able to punch him into the end zone.
Reggie Streeter last week against the Denver Night Wings. Louisiana won that game 23-7. Streeter had 32 carries for just shy of 100 yards. He had a touchdown, added 10 more yards on through the air. Already has more receiving yards than that in this one with that 11-yard catch on that play. Utah, short pass over the middle. This is going to be a short gain up to the 29-yard line, and that will likely bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Yes, and pass to the middle of the field and just keeps this clock grinding down and maybe get them to the 2-minute warning and even closer to halftime.
All right, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here in Houma, Louisiana, 21-7. The Revolution out in front over the Swarm. Revs in possession of the football at the Atlanta 29-yard line, all 3 timeouts. So they can really run any offense that they would like in this scenario. And they're going to come out 4 wide, trips up to the top. Play action to Streeter, and then going up to the top wide open is Chase Earl. And he's able to get inside the red zone, tackled at the 19-yard line.
Look at that, partner. 12 of 13 for 141 yards. So, and Chase Earl right there, second catch, is kind of starting to heat up. And could we see maybe a glimpse of that week 6 matchup?
Chase Earl with that reception. Offset eye. Utah gets it. Streeter. Oh, Streeter wrapped right on Jack Napier. He was going to have none out of it. I think he's seen enough of Streeter already. He flew to the line so he could wrap him up for only a gain of 1.
He did. He flew to him and then perfect form tackle to bring him down. That's exactly how you teach a young player to play and make that tackle.
Streeter and Collier in the backfield with Utah in the gun. Out route tipped. Tip drill. Oh, almost picked off. Great coverage by the Atlanta secondary, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. 3rd down and 9.
It almost looked like one of those volleyball plays where they just start batting it up to everybody. And that time only 2 and then down to the ground. So harmless incompletion, but really Louisiana really wants to try to get a first down. I mean, if they can punch that in, they will be even closer to just a blowout.
Reps formation on the field again for the Revolution. And a free play. Utah firing over the middle, and that one is caught, so the free play won't matter as he connects once again with Chase Earl. First down and goal. It'll be down at about the 4-yard line. First, we'll hear from the ref, and I'm sure this penalty will be declined.
Absolutely.
And they do decline it indeed. Surprise, surprise. So first down and goal now from the 4, and you know, Wade, they're already up 2 scores and threatening to put another touchdown on the board here.
They are. And I mean, to me, I would just run it a few more times, try to milk as much clock as possible. Obviously, you're aiming for the end zone, but hey, if you can burn as much clock and get in the end zone, hey, that's a win-win.
I couldn't agree more. If this is anything other than a run to Reggie Streeter, I will eat my hat. I'm not wearing a hat, thank goodness. All right, well, a swing route to Reggie Streeter, but he's into the end zone anyway. Touchdown, Louisiana, and this one's getting out of hand early.
Yes, it is, and they've been able to hurt them through the ground and the air, and that time Streeter got it through the air. That's his 2nd touchdown of the day, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air, and so they have been playing a multifaceted offensive game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, now Tommy Utah is 15 of 17, 164 yards and 2 touchdown passes. You know, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but he opened up the game by throwing a pick on his first pass. And since then, 15 of 16, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. So way to go, rookie, you know, shaking off that pick. And just like that, 28-7 is the score here in this one with 51 seconds to go. So all 3 timeouts for the Swarm. You got a veteran quarterback and a veteran receiving core, not to mention, you know, BDG Hollywood. So I would expect to see the Swarm at least try to get some points on the board here.
Absolutely. Any way you can. I mean, whatever it takes, just get it, make it happen.
But first, the kickoff. So this one's heading back into the end zone. He's going to take it out. So Roosevelt bringing it out about 2 yards deep, and he's going to gain about a yard for his efforts. Tackled at the 21-yard line. A good kick by Boudreaux. So Brian Dynasty, 12 of 19. He's approaching the 100-yard mark. He's got a touchdown But Wade, he's got 2 picks, and in last week's win over the Las Vegas Fury, he had 4 touchdown passes, only 1 pick, completed 83% of his passes. Right now, he's at a 63% completion percentage. He's got to get that turned around. Dynasty to throw, gets it out to Hollywood. Hollywood spins. There's the patented spin. He gains 5, and they're not going to be in any particular hurry. I'm kind of surprised that they're not going to hurry back to the line here, Wade.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that they're going to be content to just let this clock just run out. I would have thought they would have been hurry up to the line and try to march down this field and put some points on the board. But like you said, they're just pretty content.
Well, let's see what Hollywood can do here. It looks like this will probably be a handoff or a swing route to him, and it is indeed a handoff. Hollywood able to burst through, and now I'm expecting a timeout. No, they're okay. You got 3 timeouts, but they're gonna hurry back to the line, and 3 seconds, they're gonna hand it off to Mitchell O'Brien. So, color me confused. They call a timeout here with 1 second to go, and I guess we will set up a insanely long Hail Mary.
Yes. I'm at a loss for words, Mike.
Yeah, it was interesting play calling.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See if it pays off.
I mean, I don't know how else to chalk that one up. A bold strategy indeed. Huh.
Hey, maybe they're seeing something we don't. That's all I can say.
Well, so it is too far for a Hail Mary. So with 1 second left, 2 receivers out on the field, 2 tight ends, running back. They're going to dump this one down to Boo Chisholm. And strange finish to the first half, but that is how the first half will come to a close nonetheless. 28-7, your score here in Houma, Louisiana. The Revolution out in front here in this one. So as we head to halftime, Wade, your thoughts on the first half as we look at the first half stats and highlights?
To me, it's Reggie Streeter. The biggest difference is the health of Reggie Streeter being here to be able to play, and he's made his impact not only on the ground but in the air as well. And in that first matchup between these 2 ball teams, he was injured, and so they didn't have him on the field. They had the backup, and so it's been a tale of 2 games. And in this game, they have put the pedal to the metal, that leading off the game with a turnover, but then just really not skipping a beat and just having a short memory and just going from there and just blowing out Atlanta so far.
Absolutely. So Streeter only about 40 all-purpose yards, but 2 of those, one of the carries and one of the receptions both went into the end zone for a touchdown. So, between that and the pick 6 and, of course, the 30-yard touchdown pass to Garrison Blue, #throw it to the tight end. I got to throw it in at least once a game, usually about 6 or 7 times a game, so prepare yourself. But, that's definitely been the difference in this one so far. So Atlanta, they went 3 and out on their opening possession, and then, as you just mentioned, Louisiana threw a pick on their opening possession. And Atlanta would get the ball back, go 5 plays, 45 yards with a 25-yard touchdown pass. Louisiana would respond in kind. 9 plays, 72 yards, Reggie Streeter touchdown run would tie things back up. Atlanta would throw a pick on their next possession, resulting in a 2-play, 41-yard drive, 30-yard touchdown pass by the Revolution. Atlanta and Louisiana would exchange punts on the next 2 series, and then tragedy would strike for the Swarm. Bryant Dynasty would throw a pick 6 to Even Arthur, and then they would go 7 plays, 22 yards, punt that one away. Louisiana 10 plays, 75 yards, a 3-yard touchdown pass to get them up to 28-7. That would bring us to halftime, and here we go for quarter number 3. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Wade Phillips. Gerald Smith with us on stats, because I threatened him. I said, if you don't do stats, you're fired, and I'll never speak to you again. And apparently that was important to him, because here he is. So Louisiana gets the ball to start quarter number 3, already out in front with a 3-score lead. So huge moment here, Wade, for the Atlanta defense.
Absolutely. They have to get a stop and to right this ship, and really for the offense to be able to make Louisiana pay.
Jay Miraculous with a pick 6 for the Swarm last week. They're going to need a repeat performance. Low snap hauled in by Utah, and that dangerous pass over the middle. There was a Swarm defender right in the way, but somehow he gets that one complete, gets it into the hands of Hooper Xavier, one of the backup receivers. 2nd down and 2.
You're absolutely right. He barely got that past the defender, but found the open man past the zone coverage for the 8-yard gain.
Plenty of football left in this one. The whole second half remaining to go. Reggie Streeter, wrapped up and tackled after only a gain of 1. Great play by the Atlanta defense. Moose Papanow, the first one there. He got the stop, and he's going to need to do it again. Try to make this a short possession for the Swarm. For the Revolution.
Yeah, that's right. And that was a great combo tackle by the defensive lineman and Papanow, and to bring down Streeter because he is a tough tackle.
2 backs in the backfield. Streeter gets the handoff. He gets the first down and more. Surging forward to the 42-yard line. Moves the chains. Fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and that's just another first down for him. And he just has been very instrumental in this lead for them because, like we've said before, in that Week 6 matchup, he wasn't there, and they ended up losing. In this game, it's been a different ball game.
1st down and 10, Utah in the gun. Utah to Streeter. Streeter turning upfield, spins again, gets up to the 48-yard line. The gain of 6 on the play. 2 passes, 2 rushes so far on this drive. Sets up a 2nd down and 4 right about midfield.
He is getting that spin move down because he is approaching BDG Hollywood level of spin move tenacity.
Kawana Shine on the tackle for the Swarm. Streeter takes a handoff again. Shoulder checked right at the line, and down he goes. Yeah, of course. Who else? Aquana Shine, the 6'5", 246-pound Hall of Fame linebacker, lowering the boom into Streeter. Only able to gain 1. 3rd down and 3.
The legend. Been doing that for a long time.
Are you calling him old? I'd like to see you do it to his face.
Just mature.
Utah, short drop. Throws over the middle, gets the first down. Tackled at the 46-yard line in Atlanta territory. Another catch by Earl.
He's exploded in these past few drives for Louisiana. He didn't have much going before that, but then just exploded for just catch after catch after catch.
Tommy Utah's had all day back in the pocket. Staying pretty clean so far. Swings that one out to Streeter. And gains 4.
That time Reggie couldn't get that spin move to break in between both the defenders, and they combined to bring him down. Definitely try to keep doing that because it's been fairly effective for him so far in the ballgame.
Only has been sacked 1 time by Joshua Williams. Otherwise, Jersey has stayed pretty pristine. Streeter takes a handoff, bursts through the line, and gets about 5.9 yards on the play. Sets up a 3rd down and inches.
You've mentioned it, partner, about this line just holding up and keeping Tommy Utah upright. And really, they've been, not only in the passing game, but in the running game, opening holes and just getting push.
Yeah, absolutely. Offset eye formation now. 6 on the line for the Swarm, and Streeter's able to get past those 6 and get the first down. Keeps the drive alive. That is 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6. It's the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. You can get the gear that the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Utah to throw deep down the middle. That one's picked off, going the other way. Spins up past the 28-yard line and finally tackled. That is Moose Papanow.
There was. That time, Tommy Utah just threw it into, looked like double coverage because Papanow was just right there. Just right there, just jumps up and intercepts it and brings it back a few more yards. And now Atlanta gets the ball, and they can do some damage because they have some bad intentions, and they want to put some points on the board because they have been trailing in this ballgame for far too long, and you know they are just trying to get back in this ballgame.
Absolutely. The Moose had a pick last week. That's his 4th now on the season. 22 picks in his 4-season career. Getting it done. Dynasty, pass over the middle. That one is caught. Who else? Boo Chisholm. I think Dynasty may have forgotten that he's got some other receivers on this team. 10 receptions now by Chisholm.
Yeah, he has targeted Boo Chisholm 10 times, and the rest of the team hasn't been targeted that much, but they've been effective when they've, caught the ball, but he is just on a whole nother level with Boo Chisholm.
Chisholm in the slot. Siege Falco down at the bottom. 2 tight ends up to the top of the formation. Hollywood in the backfield. Quick pass over the middle. He remembered Siege Falco. He's there. He makes the catch up to the 46-yard line. And just like that, Wade, they're in Louisiana territory.
They are. And that time, Louisiana was playing a little bit of zone coverage, and they found the spot in it and picked it up for the first down. And now Atlanta looking to do some damage to Louisiana and pay them back for that first half.
2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers in the formation. Dynasty to pass. Up to the top. Siege Falco, the intended target. Well defended. Swatted down to the turf. Arthur in on the coverage.
Even Arthur making another impact on this game. Had that pick 6 earlier, and that time got the hand on it again to knock it down. And they need him to play big because it seems like they haven't tried to target Rollman Hood. And really, if you try to target either one, it's just dangerous. But they've been successful just in this drive.
2nd down and 10. And that one is complete. Hitting Chisholm. 9.9 on the reception. 3rd down and inches. And, we have not heard anything from Hollywood quite yet on this drive. I would like to see a handoff here to him. He should easily be able to punch this one forward.
Yeah, you would think they'd, get him involved somehow because he's so good, but they really haven't had to so far.
Dynasty. He's going to throws it down to the bottom. Okay, keep it going to Chisholm. It's been working, so keep doing it. 1st down and 10 up to the 29-yard line.
That's his 12th catch on, I think, 57 targets in this ballgame. Obviously joking. But, they have targeted Boo Chisholm every opportunity. And so far, he has played big and has been able to make them pay for it.
18 completions for Dynasty, and 12 of those have been hauled in by Chisholm. Hollywood. Oh, fresh legs. He's able to surge forward, but well defended by the Revolution. Able to wrap him up after a gain of only 4. That one, Wade, I kind of thought the Hollywood was going to go the distance there, just with the speed that he had after he got that ball.
Yeah, absolutely. But luckily for the defense, they got to wrap him up and bring him down because he can just make you pay in a hurry. That spin move is just deadly.
2 receivers out to the left. Dynasty going to go up to Siege Falco. Sets up yet another 3rd down and inches. I feel like we've had a whole bunch of these in this game.
We have, and they've been, decently successful on 3rd down, but, so many of them have been, 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, so a lot of 3rd and shorts.
All right, keep an eye on Hollywood here. Dynasty under center. He's going to hand the ball off. No, to Mitchell O'Brien, but O'Brien's going to get the first, and he keeps on going, staying on his feet. Gets it up to the 18-yard line. Officially only a gain of 1, but enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it was 3rd and inches. They got 1. They only needed inches, so they'll take it. I mean, that's what they were looking for on that play, and they got it.
Got about 35 more inches than he needed on that one. Dynasty. Pressure coming. Down he goes. And they're going to rule it an incomplete pass. He got the pass out of his hands just in time. Derek Jenko looking for sack number 2. Denied, but broke up the play.
Yeah, they'll definitely take the result of that play because, the alternative was a sack. And so anytime you can just get basically a gimme right there, you'll take it.
Always dangerous when you see the quarterback wrapped up and all of a sudden the ball comes out. It's like, did he throw that or was that a fumble? But they rule it incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Dynasty Looking, fires up towards the top, and that one is complete. Good for a gain of 6. Boo Chisholm, 13 catches, 88 yards.
And just the speed on the closing down by Evan Arthur to stop that pass play after the catch was just outstanding because he was there in a hurry to stop him for no more gain after that.
Chisholm, the lone receiver on the field, now up at the top. Dynasty hands this one off to Hollywood. Hollywood bounces it to the outside. Oh, wrapped up and slammed down into the turf. Tank Bennett. They don't call him a tank for nothing, folks. What a hit. 4th down and 2.
Oh, the center fielder made his money right there by wrapping up the ball carrier, and that's exactly what they needed from their safety, to be the last line of defense and stop that running back before he can pick up the first down. And now they're going for it on 4.
Offense still out on the field. Down by 3 touchdowns. They want more than 3 points. Dynasty trying to draw the defense off sides. Will they snap it? No, they burn a timeout. And Wade, what do you think about that?
I mean, if it works, we're saying what a great call it was. But hey, why wait? Why call a timeout
Yeah.
Just give it to BDG. I mean,
right. Yeah, just let them have a shot at it and see if you can get it. I have a few problems with it. First off, if you just took the delay game, your field goal kicker should still be able to make that kick. Second, it's the second half. Those timeouts are going to be necessary later on in this ball game, and now you're missing one.
Absolutely.
So this one's going to be a 26-yarder. It would have been a 31-yarder from the right hash had they just taken the delay. Either way, it should be a chip shot for Sammy Steele. But we'll see. Steele 8 of 10 on the season. Now 9 of 11. Field goal is up and through, and Atlanta at least cuts into the lead, now down 28-10. You can visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment that you may have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start back in 2013. The SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archived people behind the players segments, and all the major milestones in league history. Twin screw from the end zone. Brings it out to the 21-yard line. And that's where Tommy Utah will come back out onto the field on offense for the Swarm. For the Revolution. 10 plays, 39 yards their last drive, and it ended with a pick. He'll have to shake that one off. 19-22, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks so far in this ball game. He had 4 interceptions when they met back in week 6, and that kind of unraveled things for the Revs at the end. So see what they do here. Utah up to the right. Oh, what a dot. Absolute bullet into B Robo. And that's good all the way up to the 40.
That was a bead, wasn't it? I mean, he just threw a laser that was just on a rope that only the receiver could catch, and then caught it, dragged the feet. Only need one in this league, and got it for a first down.
The 305-pound Joshua Williams was bearing down on Utah, and he was able to get that pass out. And yeah, that was on a frozen rope. What a dime.
Yeah, and with the composure as well.
First down and 10 from the 40. 3 receivers down to the bottom. Streeter in the backfield. Utah will get it out to Streeter. And Streeter spins. Gets up to about the 43-yard line. Sets up a second down and 7.
I'm really looking to see them just lean on Reggie Streeter, whether it's, in the run or the pass, just to really burn clock, because you don't want to leave Atlanta any time to try to hurt you, because they can score in a hurry.
Second down and 6 from the 44. 3 receivers now up to the top. Utah, quick pass over the middle. That one's complete. Finds Twin Screw, good for a first down in Atlanta territory.
We were talking about Atlanta, Brian Dynasty's targeting Boo Chisholm all those times. And really for Louisiana, Tommy Utah's kind of targeted just about everybody fairly equally, minus maybe Garrison Blue, who's been effective, just not really a heavy target load.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been spreading the ball around all over the place. Utah, who's he going to hit this time? Back to Twin Screw. Second down and 3 after a gain of 7. So, yeah, out of 26 passing attempts, he's got 5 targets to Chase Earl, now 4 targets to Mike Twinscrew, 6 to B Robo. He's only got 2 to Garrison Blue, but hey, one was a 30-yard touchdown pass. He's also got 6 receptions into the hands of Reggie Streeter. Tommy Utah, 217 yards, rating a 96.2, and they highlight the 2 picks, but not the 2 touchdowns. Interesting. All right, so Reggie Streeter falls forward for a nice gain up to the 38-yard line, and that is how the third quarter will come to a close. So, 33 minutes in the books. 1 quarter remains here in Houma, Louisiana. The Revolution out in front, 28-10 over the visiting Atlanta Swarm. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. We'll keep it right here to get the fourth quarter going. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth tonight by Wade Phillips. It's been an absolute pleasure calling the game with you tonight, Wade. Gerald Smith with us on stats, and Cameron Irvine in the production truck. Reggie Streeter on the field, fired like a rocket. No, that's not even Reggie Streeter. That's Cameron Collier doing his best Reggie Streeter impersonation.
And that time tried to, shoulder charge him and tried to take out 2 defenders, but unfortunately those 2 defenders put up a wall and just shot him down at 9-yard gain. Still, hey, 9 yards is 9 yards.
Indeed, they did. All knotted up in DC. The Queen City Corsairs tied with the DC Dragons 31 apiece in the fourth quarter. That's an exciting ball game going on as well on the FTF Twitch channel. Reggie Streeter getting first down yardage up to the 26.
Yeah, so far on this drive in particular, they have leaned quite heavily on Reggie Streeter, and he's paid them off in kind because he has been effective picking up first downs through the air and on the ground, and really Atlanta has had trouble stopping him.
Replay for the Revolution. Streeter going to try to make the most of it anyway. Spins and gets tackled by Aquana Shine after a gain of about 4. So we'll check the flag. Looks like it was an offsides, though. And indeed it was an offsides penalty on Billy Ray Valentine. That'll give the Revolution a free 5 yards. It'll be first down and 5.
I think someone forgot to tell Reggie Streeter that it was a free play because he put in maximum effort on that play and just trying to break every tackle. And unfortunately, only picked up a few, but hey, they took the penalty and got a 5.
Not only is it a close game in DC, it's going to take more than 4 quarters to decide the winner in that one. They're going to overtime. Reggie Streeter trying to go to the end zone, though. He's surging forward up to the 13-yard line. 65 yards now. It's not a huge stat number for Streeter in this one, Wade, but he's been the difference.
He has. I mean, without him in that first game, we saw them lose, but it was still a back-and-forth effort. But in this ballgame, they've had him, and it's been a completely different story. They have been ahead since almost the first quarter, and they've maintained this lead so far.
First down and 10 for the Revolution. They're looking to put this one away. Utah hands it off to Streeter. Streeter stiff-arming a defender, but only able to gain 3. Sets up a second down and 7. In DC, Queen City opening with the first possession of overtime. Looking to get that win.
That was a great job to get the tackle by Cree Higgins right there just to stop him because it looked like Reggie Streeter had a chance to score right there.
Running look out of the Revolution. Utah, he's going to pass out of it, gets it out to Streeter. No blockers and 2 defenders. Aquana Shine not fooled even one tiny bit. He wraps him up, brings him right down. Joined by Jay Miraculous, and gain of about 1, third down and 6.
Yeah, right there. They just almost knew what to expect. Once they saw that it wasn't a run, they knew what the pass was possibly going, and they snuffed it out.
All right, so third down and 6. 4 wide receivers and a tight end in the set. Utah in the gun. Utah looking, firing up top. Complete, but out of bounds. He got a toe down. Chase Earl with quite an impressive catch, Wade, but it's going to be 4th and inches.
Yeah, it was like kind of around the world, but unfortunately it took him back to the 4th and inches instead of the first down. But that time it looked like they might have had a mismatch on that left side with the trips. But now they're going to just settle for the field goal. We'll see if maybe they try to get him to jump, possibly.
Otis Boudreau on for his first field goal try of the ball game. 20 of 20. Hasn't missed yet. He ain't going to miss this one. From 20 yards out, it's up and good straight down the middle. Louisiana 31. Atlanta 10. Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17th season on Next Level Sports continues Saturday, September 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern with the explosive London Knights facing Florida, followed by the Mexico City Aztecs visiting desperate rival Fort Worth. Bonus coverage includes a rivalry between Baltimore and Carolina and two playoff hopefuls, these Louisiana Revolution and the Los Angeles Lycans. It all comes your way next Saturday on Next Level Sports. All right, so the Atlanta Swarm, they need to get something going here and try to get some points on the board. They only put up 10 so far in this one, and they're down by 21. They three touchdowns, and you got 7.5 to go in the game, Wade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they need touchdowns in a hurry, really. Not enough to where their defense is still gassed, but they just need points in a hurry.
Dynasty finding Siege Falco. Siege able to surge forward up to the 44-yard line. A good way to start the drive. Wade, I would almost even suggest you go into the no huddle the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea because you need every second. And obviously, you can't be thrown to the middle of the field. You have to be getting, no huddle and getting out of bounds every single play because you need every second to be able to put up 21 points in 7 minutes.
The receivers in this set here on first down. Dynasty to throw, gets it into the hands of Hollywood. Hollywood spins. There it is. It's a patented move, I would say, by BDG Hollywood, that spin. It's just lethal.
It is. I mean, you don't see many people pulling off that spin move as effectively as BDG Hollywood.
Streeter's got a mean spin too, but I don't know. Hollywood's spin is just special. It's just special. So first down and 10 now. The 45-yard line. And hand this one off to Hollywood. And, I do like seeing Hollywood get involved in the passing game at this point, though. There's not enough time left on the clock.
Yeah, right now it's just, like you said, not enough time for him to be doing too many runs. You've got to be getting him on, passing routes where he's got room to run.
Dynasty under center, hands the ball off to Hollywood. Hollywood bouncing it to the outside, spins, and gets up to about the 36, 37-yard line. It'll be a third down and short.
They're fairly effective right now, but, I mean, like we've said, they are running out of clock, so they have to get something going and get a score because they are quickly running out of time because now we're at 5:50.
4-down territory, but see if they can get the first here. Dynasty to Hollywood. Hollywood, first down and more. Oh, he should get out of bounds, but he doesn't. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go, and the clock is rolling.
Yeah, that right there, just a simple mistake. Didn't get out of bounds. Got the yardage, but just didn't make that extra last step of the process and get out of bounds. Was tackled in bounds, and now the clock continues to march down.
5.5 to go in this one. Meanwhile, in D.C., Queen City in field goal range. They're in the red zone. Just got a first down. Barring disaster, they should win this one. Free play for Dynasty. He's going to try to make the most of it. Hits Siege Falco all the way down to the 7. And that penalty will indeed be declined. A great pitch and catch by Dynasty to Falco.
Was a absolutely magnificent pitch and catch.
And that penalty will indeed be declined. First down and goal for the Swarm. Now, down but not out. There's still a chance that they could get back in this one. They'll have to really scrap and fight to do it. The field goal by Judah Dorgan in D.C. up and good. Final in that one, Queen City 34, D.C. 31. Queen City with the win. Dynasty floats this one right into the hands of the Revolution defender. Falls harmlessly to the turf. Wade, could you imagine if that was taken back to the house? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, just the heartbreak that would have happened because, well, first off, when he started to throw across his body, I thought, "Uh-oh, this is
Yeah.
dangerous." And it was
Yep.
almost, like you said, taken to because just danger, danger.
If that had been complete and a touchdown, it would have been the most amazing throw of the game. But whew, it could have easily gone the other way. Either way, it was incomplete. So, Dynasty, second to goal, looking, firing, up to the top. Oh, incomplete. Falco his intended target, and it's going to be a 3rd down and goal.
They need this. They need to convert here. They need 7 yards. They need to pull something out, whether, just something that has been working for them, not just in this game, but overall that they see. They just need something because they're down 3 scores, 3 touchdowns at that. And so they need points.
Let's see if we can get some points on the board here. Dynasty in the gun. Looking towards the end zone, steps up, pressure coming, fires. That one is complete, turning upfield and into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Swarm. Ryan Roosevelt getting into the end zone and putting some points onto the board.
The rookie, first-round pick number 9, got that touchdown. And really, right there, Brian Dynasty had to avoid the sack and got the target to Ryan Roosevelt. And Roosevelt took it and avoided the tackler and went into the end zone. And now Atlanta improves their point total to where they're looking at possibly adding a 17th point and making it a 2-score game.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a veteran move there by Dynasty, able to duck not just 1, but almost 2 sacks. And able to keep the drive going, keep that play alive, and get the ball into the hands of his playmaker for 6. And extra point by Steele is up and good. 31-17, your score. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust, constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. They're the official soundtrack of the SFL. Steele going for an early onside kick try here. Ball is bouncing away, and it's loose and recovered by, let's see, I think, did the Swarm get it? No, I believe it's recovered by the Revolution. It's close, though.
That was very close.
So, Revs just narrowly avoiding letting Atlanta have a great opportunity to get back in that one. But they will come back out onto the field on offense. And the ball off to Streeter. Streeter in the backfield. No gain on the play. And, interesting fact, Wade, about the Queen City Corsairs and DC Dragons game, and then I'll let that one go. But DC Dragons going into overtime again. They've played 9 games this season, and 1/3 of them have gone to overtime.
My goodness.
And they lost all 3. So they've lost to 5 teams with winning records by 6 points or less. Painful.
That is
absolutely painful. So Utah hands this one off to Streeter. Streeter able to run forward for a gain of 3. We'll keep the clock rolling with about 4 minutes to go. Coverage of the Simulation Football League's 17th season on For the Fans continues next Sunday, the 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will have top 10 plays from Season 17's 3rd quarter and an updated playoff standings, as well as a mega matchup between Vancouver and St. Louis, bonus coverage of Charleston and Queen City. It all comes your way on Sunday on For the Fans. Offside eye in the backfield. Utah under center, hands the ball off to Streeter. Streeter, can he get the first down? He can, and that's going to cost the Swarm a lot as the chains move and the clock continues to roll. It's going to be at least another couple minutes off the clock if they keep this on the ground.
Yeah, if they can just keep milking this clock, because they've done a very good job so far, just picking up the first 2 run plays that burn clock, and then they get this first down, which is going to burn, like you said, about 2 minutes or so off the clock, which only leaves theoretically Atlanta with about a minute or so to go. So does not leave them much time to score 14 points.
Streeter now with over 100 all-purpose yards on the ground. On the game. He's got 77 on the ground, 26 through the passing game. Utah letting as much time tick away as possible before handing it off to Streeter again. Aquana Shine and Company wrapping him up and bringing him down, joined by Garrett Hudson as well on that tackle. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Cree Higgins also in on that tackle, just about, well, all the linebackers.
You know, I was just thinking of something that Reggie Streeter has, I think, not only I think he's the X factor, but the rushing totals in this ball game are about the average of what these teams have been giving up during the season.
Cameron Collier with the carry that time, and yeah, Wade, that's a good point. He's got 77 yards, and Atlanta has done a great job. Number 2 in the league as we hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in this one. We'll take a short break. We will be back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. Oh my God.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, Kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
It's the SFL nights with AJ Striker.
Psst. Hey you, over there stressing out about this 2-minute warning. Don't worry. Join me every Thursday night at 6 p.m. for SFL Nights with AJ Striker, where we go over game-by-game analysis, one-on-one interviews, and great panelists helping me break down these games every week. Looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, but until then, y'all, stay safe, treat each other well. Striker out.
It's the SFL Nights with AJ Striker.
The soothing sounds of Ashley Jackson's voice during that 2-minute warning break. Whew, wow. I tell you, if you're ever having a bad day, just listen to Ashley Jackson's podcast, and if you don't feel warm and fuzzy inside afterwards, you got problems. So the Atlanta Swarm defense able to stop Streeter on that one, brings up a 4th down and 2, and we're going to see another field goal attempt here to make this a 17-point ball game.
Yeah, which that 17 points will definitely make it almost impossible. Well, hey, you can't say impossible because anything can happen in the SFL, but it will be nigh impossible.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's a 2-score ball game right now. You know, in theory, if Atlanta was able to get a touchdown and get the ball right back, they could get another touchdown to tie it. But with this field goal up and good from 44 yards, Otis Boudreau putting another one through. It's now a 3-score ball game and quite likely out of reach for the Atlanta Swarm. So the Swarm 6-2 right now. They'll quite likely fall to 6-3. They will still be out in front though in their division in the East. See what they can do when they get the ball back. It's not over until that clock hits 0. We've seen crazier things, so see what happens in the rest of this one. Ball is returned up to the 22-yard line, and Bryant Dynasty and company back out onto the field. Dynasty 25 at 36. He's got over 200 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns, but he's got 2 picks, and his completion percentage under 70%. Not quite as efficient a game as he had last week at home against the Las Vegas Fury, where he was 209 yards with 83% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns and a pick. But let's see what he can add onto the stat line here at this point. Dynasty back to throw. Deep down the right side, trying to go for it all, and that's just going to cost him dearly as that one is picked off. Mike Ryan, he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Revs.
Oh, just heartbreaking for Atlanta. That's the second pick 6 of this ball game that Louisiana has returned for a touchdown, and just puts a dagger into the end of the Atlanta effort. But that time, just an interception, and just took it to the house. Got blocks from his defensive squad, and he was able to use those burners and get to the end zone for 6 points, and that puts the icing on the cake for Louisiana.
Absolutely. 2 seasons in the league for Mike Ryan, his first with the Revolution. That was his first career pick 6. What do you think maybe he's been in the ear of even Arthur and Rollerman Hood saying, how do you guys get so many pick 6s? And they're like, listen, this is how you do it. Trained him up well. Mike Ryan into the end zone for the touchdown, sealing the victory here at home for the Louisiana Revolution.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, they, like you said, it's almost like Rollerman Hood has gotten into the ear of these defensive backs and showed them the ways. Even Arthur getting up to Rollerman Hood's level in this ball game, and now Mike Ryan, like you said, getting even closer to getting up there with him.
Otis Boudreau ready to kick this one back to the Swarm once again, playing for Pride. Keep going, see what they can get done on the field on offense. Roosevelt trying to bounce that one to the outside, gets up to the 21-yard line. And that is where Bryant Dynasty will come back out on the field once again.
You never want to see Atlanta just give up and just take the loss, but they've got to do something that can kind of try to get them some points. But so far, the deep pass hasn't been effective, and it's really kind of hurt them in this ballgame.
Dynasty deep down the right-hand side. Siege Falco has it. Oh, I thought that one was almost going to be picked as well, Wade.
Yeah, me too. Like, because he had just a bang-bang play, but luckily Siege Falco brought it in. But like you said, I thought that could have been a pick right there, because went up, but he skied it and brought it down.
Haven't seen Boo Chisholm in a little while now. Siege Falco been targeted on the last several. Falco now actually the leading receiver with over 100 yards on the ball game. Leading receiver for the Swarm, that is. Actually leading receiver all around. You know, Utah's been spreading it around so much, no receiver has more than 74 yards. Dynasty will pass once again, trying to fire deep down the middle. Pass is incomplete, overthrowing his intended target. 2nd down and 10.
That time, if he completes that, I think he's still running right there, but unfortunately just couldn't quite find the connection, and just an incompletion. And now Atlanta's looking at a 2nd and 10, trying to find something that'll put points on the board.
Trips formation up to the top. One receiver alone down at the bottom. Minute 22 to go in the ball game. Dynasty to throw. Up to the top, connecting with Falco for a gain of 8 yards. Set up a 3rd down and 2. Clock stopped with a minute 19.
That time they found the soft spot in the zone coverage, and it was Siege Falco. Took it, went out of bounds. They needed that to stop the clock, and really, but it's in the end, I think it's just going to be just too little too late.
Yeah, I would agree. They're down by too much to try to climb back into this one. But they still want to keep on trying to get things going, see what they can do. You know, maybe even test some plays out for next week. You never quit.
Yeah.
Dynasty takes a snap on 3rd and 2, gets the completion over the middle. And that one is good for a 1st down. They'll keep on rolling. Casey Morgan with that catch. Dynasty over the middle once again. Another quick pass complete.
Just imagine
Believe
if they
this.
would have done this with 7 minutes left in the ballgame.
I believe that was Jamal Wooding with that catch. I think some of the backups might be in too. Might be making it a little easier to complete some of these passes.
Yep, looks like it's kind of the backups in, trying to get some looks for some different players. Maybe try some things that in case Louisiana and Atlanta matched up again, possibly getting some looks to see if they can do some things that maybe they didn't try, like you said.
Second meeting this season for these two teams. They could certainly meet again in the playoffs. And that pass is caught in the end zone. Boom, medium rare. Chisholm with the touchdown. It's not going to count to get a win, but he's going to at least get another touchdown in the books for the legendary Boo Chisholm.
That time looked like he got behind all the defenders and just was alone in the end zone with no one around him. Found it, staked a claim, and made it his home.
Another fun moment for me at the SFL convention this past August. We're having dinner, and so sitting down next to Boo Chisholm, my son Jeffrey's in between Boo and I, and waiters coming around the table and is asking everybody what they want to eat, and Jeffrey just like so confidently just says, "I'd like the filet medium rare, please, and with a side of French fries." And Boo Chisholm just looked over at him, and his eyes lit up. And he's just looking at this kid thinking, this boy has become a man right before my very eyes. It was just so funny. Boo's just like, my man, and fist bumps him. And, it was just, oh, what a moment. If you haven't gone to a convention, you got it. It's an absolute treat. Revolution easily recovered that onside kick. So, yeah, after that moment, I told Boo, I said, listen, the next game I'm calling yours, you get in the end zone, I'm going to call it out as Boo Medium Rare Chisholm, and that'll live on forever in my head. So, 41-24, the score in this one. The Atlanta Swarm are all out of timeout. So, Wishka LaFouche, one of the greatest quarterbacks in Louisiana Revolution history, out onto the field to perform a couple of kneel downs, and that'll be all she wrote in this one. So, Wade, as we watch the final seconds tick off the clock, your final thoughts?
Definitely, for me, it was the addition of Reggie Streeter, and we mentioned it earlier, but in that first matchup, Reggie Streeter gets hurt early on, a few plays in, and it's a different ball game from then on. But in this game, they had him, and it was, they almost doubled up the Atlanta. So with Reggie Streeter, Louisiana is just a completely different animal.
Yeah, absolutely. And one quick note, I almost lost all respect for T-Pat is in the chat. He says, filet well done with A1. Well done with A1. Like, how do you kill a filet? There's two different ways right there. He says he was kidding, which is good. Okay. Final score in this one, Louisiana 41, Swarm 24. Atlanta Swarm will fall to 6-3 on the season. They'll still be out in front in the East, but hot on their heels, Louisiana Revolution, they will improve to 5-4. Next up for the Atlanta Swarm, they hit the road next week and visit the Tulsa Desperados. For Louisiana, they also hit the road next week. They will head out west to Los Angeles to face the Lycans. Simulation Football League action returns in Week 10 on Saturday, September 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Looking forward to getting Week 10 going, and final quarter of the season, Wade. 3 weeks left to go.
Yeah, winding down in the twilight of the season, but hey, it's getting to the exciting part where we get to playoffs, and then we see the real season begin.
Absolutely, and Damon Simeon in the chat, A1 steak sauce, Mike. I'm familiar with what A1 is, Damon. It's the fact that A1 has no business being anywhere near filet mignon. Like, filet mignon should stand alone. Like, you need nothing. No salt, no pepper, medium rare filet. Now I'm hungry.
Don't let the chef see you putting A1 on his filet mignon, because you will.
That's grounds for death. I mean, it's it's a punishment no less than death. So, Wade, player of the game, who do you think is going to get this one?
To me, I have to say probably, I don't know, Tommy Utah. I mean, even though Reggie Streeter had a big game and was the X factor in the difference from the first game, but Tommy Utah was just finding people and just making plays happen.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, Streeter didn't have like a monster game stat-wise. He was absolutely the difference. Had 2 touchdowns, but not a monster game stat-wise, just over 100 all-purpose yards, whereas Utah over 200. But, hey, they're going to give it to Streeter anyway. 22 attempts, 81 yards and a touchdown, 24 receiving yards and a touchdown, over 100 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. That's it for us here in Houma. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Final score, 41-24 Louisiana. For Wade Phillips, Gerald Smith, and Cameron Irvine, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, everybody, and have a great night.